Hi, hello guys. My name is Raul Pereira and I'll be presenting you guys JJB Sports. Today we're gonna know a little bit about this company and its history. The original company was founded in the mid 19th, but then after time it was consolidated in 1971 by an ex-footballer called Dave Whelan, acquired a single sport shop in Wigan and promptly opened a second game store selling outlet products in Sutton, St. Helens. The first JJB Sports was built by John Jarvis Broughton in the mid 1900s and later bought by his son John Joseph Bradburn. As these initials were all the same, business was referred locally as JJBs. Now, in regards to the company, we have a couple of questions. An example, how do they manage uh, during the daily training basis of the new executives? I personally think that the way they train people, I value their employees, but I would like to mention also a couple of things that they could also update to the new system, which are trainers need to be up to date regarding vanguard technology because now this is a goal to prosper in business. Because if we think about it, with the new implementation of e-commerce, nowadays our society is changing very much, and in order to be prosper we have to implement this, or at least try to cool new gadgets in order to make the trainers and the employees lives easier, faster, but make them productive at work. Another thing would be make the system simple so employees can be trained sooner than what we expect. They meet up dates and we are always up to program. Because in example, if they watch very descriptive videos about their duties, sometimes the employee can understand faster some cases, but for some others, they don't. Another way that they could implement training for executives would be departmental opportunities, because in this way candidates can be tested in different positions and places such as cities and departments. But in addition, I think that they should add a sales course or some kind of course, at least if it's not on site, online, in order to help the employees to gain more knowledge. Now it comes to us another question: how would JJB attempt to keep its existing long-term executives motivated to perform optimally in terms of sales made? To keep the long-term sales executives, they should be constantly learning. Like I mentioned before, the trainers, but the employees, they need to earn knowledge because world it's very challenging nowadays. Money, it's a thrive that moves us, but every position needs to be accompanied with learning. For an employee to have a new course not only is a challenge, but it's also an opportunity to learn and to improve the company and improve themselves. As long as employees have chances to develop, ability to gain power, and they have opportunity, they will have determination, they will have support from their peers, and they will set themselves goals, short terms and long terms. Another point, as I mentioned again, is technology. Technology, it's everywhere, it's around us. Probably without technology, we would be lost. For employees, they should invest in technology. I understand that it's difficult because it can be expensive, but the result in the end, it's a more comfortable life for employees and employers. And most of the employees need to be up to date so they can find their ideas and express them easily. This generates also an impulse within the employees to feel more motivated, especially if the CEO is integrated. When they're being hard but being integrated as a group, employees feel that the team can give them better ideas or options to overcome problems or to change a situation. Sometimes this is important because the employer cannot be in every area at the same time, so it's not aware of what's really happening in the area. Now, we have some pros and cons. Let's start with the pros. Firstly, we got that it's one of the biggest online stores in the UK. Employees have a relevant background and they are extremely qualified but also supported financially. The company has always the highest standards and the best sports supplies. Now, as cons, we have the owner of JJB was charged by fraud by money laundering, which affected the credibility of the company, but with time, eventually, they got it back. Senior managers and bosses decided to leave the company, and it's being run by lackluster and management teams. Also, the company failed when it tried to find a new buyer. The company was operated in 60 health and fitness centers all over the UK. And to conclude my presentation for today, was one of the biggest companies in the UK and still is, even though of the past legal issues. However, for most of the people, this company is facing an aggressive competition because they're fashionable. But the problem, nonetheless, it's non-functional. By the year of 2012, the company was up to sale. The sales dropped. They had to make some cuts and they were struggling, but in the end, they overcame all of this, and nowadays, it's one of the giant sport retailers in the UK. And with this, my presentation has concluded. Thank you.